A pentagonal lamina having edges 25 mm is placed on one of its corners on HP, such that the perpendicular bisector of the edge passing through the corners on which the lamina rests is inclined at 30 degrees to HP and 45 degrees to VP. Draw the top and front views of the lamina. Is placed, so a pentagonal lamina of 25 mm is placed on one of its corners on HP. So obviously we have to start the problem from HP. So once we start the problem from HP, so we should see, when you look from the front view, all the sides are resting on HP. So obviously that should be parallel to HP. Since it is parallel to HP, so we are getting the true shape in HP. Since it is a pentagon is an odd number size, always the corner, one end will be a corner, opposite to the corner will going to be a side. Whether it is a corner resting on HP or a side is resting on HP, always edge will be perpendicular to VP, which can be seen here. So when you look from the top view, A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, E is visible. And since he says the perpendicular bisector, so AM is the perpendicular bisector which has to be taken care. That is because that perpendicular bisector is, when you look from the top view, is parallel to VP. Therefore, we will going to get the true length in the VP, which is A dash M dash. So when you look from the front view, ABC is near to the observer. So A dash, B dash, C dash is visible, and D and E and M all are invisible. So it is in bracket. Now, since the surface is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, so that is the reason why you are getting a line in the front view. And since it is parallel to HP, so in the top view, you are getting the true shape. So that is what we have shown here, with one of the side is perpendicular to VP. So A dash M dash is the one which will going to be the perpendicular bisector, which is parallel to VP AM. So obviously this perpendicular bisector will going to be in the true length. So in the next position, he says that is one of its corners on HP. So A is the one which is resting on HP. So that is the corner. As the perpendicular bisector AM becomes inclined to HP at 30 degrees. So since AM, A dash M dash is true length, and the inclination given is also true inclination. Therefore, with A dash as resting on HP, you make the entire surface is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to HP. Now the surface is inclined to HP at 30 degrees and it is perpendicular to VP. So that is the reason why you are getting a line in the front view. And here, as the surface is inclined to HP, so the perpendicular bisector is on that surface. Therefore, it will going to become inclined. So that is what we have shown here. The corner is resting on HP and the perpendicular bisector A dash M dash is inclined to HP at 30 degrees. So this is the true inclination because AM is parallel to VP. So you are getting the true length and VP. So since it is in true length and the inclination given is also true inclination, therefore the second position front view will going to be, the first position front view is rotated by an angle of 30 degrees. Now in the next position, as you said that the perpendicular bisector of the edge passing through the corner on which the lamina rests is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. So this is the true inclination is given. Once the perpendicular bisector becomes inclined to HP, so that AM will going to become the apparent length here. So in the top view, that second position top view, AM will going to be in apparent length, and the inclination given is the 45 degrees to VP is the true inclination. Therefore, from the projections of lines, we cannot reproduce this directly here in the third position because the perpendicular bisector in the second position is in the apparent length and the inclination given is true inclination. Therefore, since this is in apparent length, therefore we need to find out the apparent inclination. So to find out the apparent inclination in the third position, first you consider any point and draw a horizontal line. And then from there, with reference to, and you mark this point as A, with respect to A, you find out the beta inclination with respect to this point A, and then once you get the beta inclination, on that beta inclination, you reproduce the second position top view in this third position, that is AM, which will be on the beta inclination, and then find the front view, write the front view, wherein you will be going to get the front view position. So this is what we have shown in the 3D also. In the 3D, we have shown that the reproduction of the second position top view in the third position on the beta inclination. On that beta inclination, we are getting this the three-dimensional sketch, and on that we will be able to rotate and then we will be able to project this onto the front view, so that you will be able to get the position here, and this position will going to remain the same, and this is the projected surface which will going to be on this, will be on the horizontal plane. That projected surface has not been shown in the 3D, but here we have shown that the projected surface on the orthographic view. These dimensions, which is 33.3169 and 38.4710, all these things which have been shown for the reference. This is how you will be able to analyze this in 2D and as well as in 3D, and we can see in the final position even the corner is resting on HP, so one of the perpendicular bisector is inclined to VP, so at 45 degrees, so we need to find out the apparent inclination. We have found out the apparent inclination, and then the corner is resting on HP, and this perpendicular bisector is inclined to HP at 30 degrees, and which is a pentagon of 25 mm resting on one of its corners. So this is how we can be able to analyze the problem. Now we will try to we will write the solution in the sketchbook. So to write the solution in the first sketchbook, first we are going to draw the XY line and mark XY and VP and HP. As he says that a pentagonal lamina of 25 mm, first you draw a vertical line of 25 mm, and then by using the protractor, and you mark this point as C and D. Then with respect to C, with the center as C, with respect to CD, you measure an angle of 108 degree and then draw an inclined line. Similarly, with the center as D, with respect to DC, again you measure an angle of include angle of 108 degree and then draw an inclined line. By using the compass, you measure a distance of 25 mm. With C as center, cut an arc on that 108 degree line, and similarly with D as center, cut an arc on that 108 degree line, and you mark the point as B and E. Then with B as center, take a radius of 25 and draw an arc. With E as center, cut an arc on that previously drawn arc to get this point A, and you mark the point as A. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to A with a dark line. As we know that the perpendicular bisector is between the corner opposite to the midpoint of the opposite edge. So the line joining between the corner to the opposite edge. So you join between A and the midpoint of CD, you are going to get this point M, and this is a perpendicular bisector. Then you draw a vertical projector from A to the XY line, from B and E to the XY line, and from C and D to the XY line. And then as you look from the front view, ABC is near to the observer, so A dash, B dash, C dash is visible, and D and E is away from the observer, so D dash is invisible and E dash is also invisible. So M is on the CD, as C is hiding that point M, so M dash will also be on invisible. So A dash, M dash will going to become the perpendicular bisector, and this is the corner point. As he says that one of the corners is resting on HP, so consider any point on the XY line at some suitable distance from the first position front view, and you mark that point as A dash. With respect to the XY line, by using the protractor, you measure an angle of 30 degrees and then draw an inclined line. Then by using the compass, with A dash as center from the first position, measure the distance of A dash, C dash. With A dash as center, cut an arc on that 30 degree line in the second position. And you mark this point as C dash, D dash in bracket, and M dash in bracket. Again, with A dash as center, take the radius of A dash, B dash, and transfer it from A dash to second position on that 30 degree line, and you mark this point as B dash and E dash in bracket. Then join A dash to C dash with a dark line. Now we have to write the top view. To write the top view, draw a vertical projector from A dash to the XY line to the top view, and draw a horizontal projector from A. These 2 points will going to intersect at this point, which is marked this point as A, and then draw a vertical projector from B dash and A dash, and draw a horizontal projector from B and E. Both of these 2 points will going to intersect at this point, as you mark this point as B, and also you mark this point as E. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from C dash, D dash, and M dash, and draw a horizontal projector from C to intersect at the point C, from M to intersect at the point M, and D to intersect at the point D, and mark this point as C, M, D. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to A with a dark line. Now we need to find out the apparent inclination. As the perpendicular bisector is inclined to HP at 30 degrees, so here in the top view, you will going to get the apparent length in the second position top view Hence, we cannot reproduce the second position top view directly on third position, because this is the apparent length and the inclination given is the true inclination. So first we need to find out the apparent inclination. To find out the apparent inclination, consider any point at suitable distance from the second position top view and mark this point as A, and then through this point A, draw a horizontal line. Then by using the protractor, you measure an angle of 45 degree with respect to horizontal line, and you draw this inclined line. As we know that this is the true inclination, so on this true inclination we have to take the true length. As we know that in the first position A dash M dash is parallel to HP, so we are getting the true length in HP. So that is AM, which is in the first position top view, is in true length. So you measure the distance from A to M by using the compass with A as center, cut on the 45 degree line, then you are going to get this point. So through this point you draw a horizontal line, the locus. Then you measure the distance from the second position top view, which is AM, which is an apparent length, because as the second position front view is inclined at 30 degrees to HP, so the perpendicular bisector is inclined to HP, so you will going to get the apparent length. That apparent length dimension is this 33.3169. So with A as center, take the radius of AM. With A as center, cut an arc on that locus, you will going to get this point M. Then join A to M. So through AM, by using the protractor through M as the center, you, with respect to AM line, you draw a perpendicular to AM line. Then you measure the distance from M to C and also M to D. Both are at equidistant from the M. With M as center, cut an arc on the top side, you will going to get D, and similarly on the bottom side you will going to get the point C. Then you mark the point as C and D. Similarly, you measure the distance from A to this point, and from A you cut it on that beta inclination line and you mark this point. So through this point you draw a perpendicular to AM line by using the protractor. Then by using the compass, you measure the distance from this point to B and also from this point to E. Both are at equidistant from the same point. So, and transfer it from this point, and to the top side you will going to get E, and from this to the bottom side you will going to get this point B. Then mark this point as B and E. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to A with a dark line, and you mark this point as M here. So this the second position top view is rewritten on the apparent inclination line AM. Then draw a horizontal projector from A dash and draw a vertical projector from A. It will be on the XY line, as A dash is on XY line, and you mark this point as A dash. Similarly, you draw a horizontal projector from B dash and A dash and draw a vertical projector from B to intersect at this point B dash, and similarly from E to intersect at this point, which is E dash. Similarly, draw a horizontal projector from C dash and D dash and draw a vertical projector from C to intersect at this point, and you mark this point as C, and draw a vertical projector from D to intersect at this point, and you mark the point as D dash. Then join A dash to B dash, B dash to C dash, C dash to D dash, D dash to E dash, and E dash to A dash with a dark line. So this is how you will be able to solve the problem in the sketchbook. To know whether the problem, we have considered all the conditions. Even we can see in the final position, the corner is resting on HP. The perpendicular bisector is inclined to VP at 45 degrees. So since the true inclination given, so I need to find out the apparent length. So apparent inclination, so you have found out this beta. As we know, the perpendicular bisector is inclined at 30 degrees to HP, so you are getting the apparent length here. And since it is a pentagon of 25 mm side, we can see that 25 mm side, such that one of the corner is on HP, and this is the side on which you are going to get it. So this is how, since we have considered all the parameters given in the problem, and hence this will going to be the final solution.